It's amazing how creative some people are. Today's video, narrated by Zach, is on the top 5 incredible beach creations.
Number 5. Niterol, Brazil. This sandcastle, built in Niterol, Brazil, was crowned the biggest ever in 2014. The sand sculpture company from California, Sand Guys, had spent almost a week building the castle, which was approximately 12 meters, or 39 feet tall. 20 truckloads of sand were brought to the shores of the city of Niterol to help build it. The building of this magnificent sandcastle was sponsored by Caterpillar. The sandcastle was made entirely of sand and water. It also had a light mixture sprayed on the outside as a protection against the wind. Officials from the Guinness Book of World Records took the massive castle's measurement after it was completed. And after a few days, the official results confirmed that this massive structure was indeed the world's tallest sandcastle at the time it was built. Number 4. Virginia Key, Florida. This incredible sandcastle was located on the historic Virginia Key Beach Park in Key Biscayne, and it once held a Guinness World Record for the largest sandcastle ever built. The team suffered a major setback when a rainstorm and high winds came whipping through and destroyed part of it. Turkish Airlines commissioned the team led by the master sand sculptor Ted Siebert. Altogether, there were about 20 people involved. Some of them came in just to strictly pack up the sand, while others carved the sand. This masterpiece was built with 1,800 tons of sand to mark Turkish Airlines' direct flight route from Miami to Istanbul. Depicted in the sand sculpture's design are popular landmarks from around the world. Up front, it features notable sights from Istanbul. Behind it, the downtown Miami skyline. Other landmarks from the cities, the airline flights to the Statue of Liberty, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the Taj Mahal. The sculpture was 45 feet high, and at the time it was built, it was the tallest sandcastle in the world. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel with notifications on. Number 3. Puri Beach, India. World-renowned sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik held a world record for the world's tallest sandcastle, which he built along the Puri Beach in the Indian state of Odisha. Patnaik worked with 45 students as well as 500 laborers over a period of 9 days to complete the structure. He focused the design around the theme of world peace and carved global icons of peace such as Mahatma Gandhi, Gautama Buddha, and Nelson Mandela into the sandcastle. The team was aiming to beat the previous record held by American, the master sculptor Ted Siebert, of 45 feet and 10 inches. In the end, the official height came in at a whopping 48 feet and 8 inches. Helping the team to secure a Guinness World Record for the world's tallest sandcastle. Patnaik had hoped that the new record, as well as some of the other previous victories, would draw attention and funding from the Indian government to help him accomplish his main dream of setting up a sand art park in his home state. The Puri Beach Sandcastle was the world's tallest sandcastle until the sandcastle built in Duisburg, Germany, took that title away. Number 2. Weston-super-Mare, Somerset, England. Sand sculptures from all over the world take part in Weston-super-Mare Sand Sculpture Festival. The event has been held annually from Good Friday until the end of September since 2005. The festival has improved massively over the last few years, and the competition between sand sculptors is greater than ever, so it's no wonder that there's an increase in the number of visitors. The festival has a different theme each year, and sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to find a really nice theme that's appealing to both the public and the sculptors. 5,000 tons of sand is used to make over 30 sculptures, basically an entire village of sand sculptures. They usually take 8 days to build, but months to plan. There's a lot of work that goes into carving these magnificent sand sculptures. The trick is in the preparation. They compress the sculptures using machinery and lots of water, and so all the grains tessellate. They lock together and make a really strong, dense structure, so the shape and the form will always hold. The rain can cause some surface damage, and the bits of detail and some texture may be lost, but an artist is on site all the time to repair and keep on top of those things. Aside from the sculptures, there's also photo opportunities, cinema experiences, workshops, There's even an area where you can have a go at making a small sculpture of your own, and an area where kids can play in a big sand pit. You can also see the process that the sculptors go through, from a simple pile of sand to the finished piece of art. All in all, there's something for everyone at Weston Supermare Sand Sculpture Festival. Number 1. Duisburg, Germany, the world's tallest sandcastle. You'd be surprised to know that the world's tallest sandcastle, at least for now, wasn't actually built on a beach, but in the inland city of Duisburg in western Germany. Standing at 16.68 meters, almost 55 feet, this sandcastle topped the previous record held by the Puri Beach sandcastle by 2 meters. It was made with 3,500 tons of sand, so it's no wonder that it required an entire team of builders led by German tour company Schauinsland Riesland to build it. They used some heavy machinery, such as excavators and cranes, in order to reach higher spots in the sandcastle. On top of that, a group of 19 sand artists from all across the globe came in to help carve fine details into the massive sandcastle. These details included models of the famous tourist attractions from all around the world, such as the Parthenon from Greece, Buddhist temple from Thailand, the Sagrada Familia from Barcelona, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and if that wasn't incredible enough, this beautiful sandcastle also features a giant water slide that runs from the top all the way to the bottom. What makes these models even more fascinating is the fact that they were all carved by hand, using a number of different hand tools. The entire structure took almost a month to complete. This incredible structure finally won the Guinness World Record for the world's tallest sandcastle on September 1st, 2017. What's interesting is that they attempted to break the record in 2016 as well. Back then, their dreams were washed away as the judge revealed the structure did not meet the strict criteria, as sculptors had left parts of the wood in the castle which were used during the build. They suffered a major drawback in 2017 as well, when a huge section of the castle collapsed after just 1 week. But as a team, they decided to persevere. As a proud owner of Guinness World Record for the tallest sandcastle, this intricate structure earns a top spot on our list of 5 incredible sandcastles and beach art. Now it's time to take a look at some honorable mentions. Barra de Tijuca Beach, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Aside from being rather impressive, the interesting thing about this intricately designed sandcastle in Barra de Tijuca Beach in Rio de Janeiro is that it's also home to the man who built it. Marcio Mizal Mateolas has been sculpting sandcastles on a Rio de Janeiro beach for 22 years. But unlike most sand sculptors, when he's finished for the day, he's already home. He lives in a tiny space underneath his sandcastle that's located just a few steps from the ocean. Inside, it's just 3 square meters, but he lives rent-free, which means a lot in Rio de Janeiro, where the average rent is higher than the average income. He cooks with a simple stove and pays to use a shower at a firehouse across the road. He left his Rio de Janeiro apartment for the beach about 22 years ago, but he wasn't always planning on living inside of his sandcastle. The idea was to use it to store materials and books, but he soon realized that in order to build a beautiful sandcastle and maintain it, he has to be near it. Marcio, or King Marcio as he is better known among Rio de Janeiro locals, says the castle's exterior was inspired by the famous architects Antoni Gaudi and Oscar Niemeyer. Marcio takes donations from tourists who take pictures of his wonderful creation. To pay for food, he runs a used bookshop from his castle. During the day, he reads, plays seaside golf, but unsurprisingly, he spends most of his time working on his castle. He hopes to have an artist's studio one day, but for now, he's content with his castle. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of our videos.